And then you sense a change, nothing feels the same. All your dreams have changed, love comes walking in. And who might that be walking in the door, that love walking in the door? It's aliens. It is aliens. Are you awake? Wake up. Wake up to what's happening. The media's not going to tell you about it. The news ain't going to tell you about it, but those drones in the sky, those orbs in the sky, it is time for the ascension, my friends. It's nothing to be frightened of because as far as I can gather, it's all about love, getting rid of negativity and hatred and bigotry and moving into a higher vibration because those, of course, are the lower vibrations and it's not where you're usually set. Am I freaking you out? Are you losing your mind? Are you going crazy? We are here because Sammy Hagar is a cosmic prophet. He was abducted by aliens. We're going to go through the story. I've got him right here. The Sammy Hagar, the red rocker right freaking here. I'm going to put the link to this interview because someone's going to say, oh, fuck, he talked. He pisses me off because he stops and starts things in his videos and he just pisses me off. So I'll put a link to this. Mystery Wire is where it's from. And it's an interview with Sammy where he speaks of it oh so many 60 years later about his abduction, his awakening mind, from what happened with that abduction. And literally, I'm going to blow your socks off at the end of this video with literally him writing a song in 1975 for right now. You're saying, Shane, I can't believe this. What in the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about the Ascension, baby. I'm talking about the idea that, of course, we would agree that there are 4 dimensions, right? We live in 3 dimensions, but we would agree that somewhere there's a 4th dimension. Let me explain to you something. Let's say an ant lives on the 2nd dimension, 1st dimension, right? So when they're cruising along, they can't really look up. They can look around, but they can only look up, but they can't really look up to see anything, right? And you put your finger down in them, something is going to appear in front of them, and they're going to go, we don't know what the fuck that is. And then when you lift your finger, it's gone. I don't know. I don't know what just happened, but something happened. You're taking a big, little piece of cracker or something up to the mother. What is it? The drone, the queen ant. But that's basically what it is. Is if there's a 4th dimension, then there are beings and things that we can't see and we don't know that exist that might be there, and I think that's magical and wonderful. Here's another thing I take away from everything that I've looked about, these UFOs and everything else, is it's a loving thing. They're over the war. I don't even know if this video will get any views, for one. I don't think it'll get any views. But media has been going clamped down on what's happening in the skies at the moment, okay? So that's what we're here to do. I'm here to say Sammy Hagar knew some things. He said he was abducted. Everyone said that he was a crazy, crazy bastard. And 60 years later, he's standing there with his finger up telling you like that. I tell you goddamn right now, yes, it happened to me. I think he's selling his Cabo Wambo waters or something like that at this place. We're going to learn a little bit from Wikipedia, explain the story. Then we're going to have Sammy explain some of the story. I won't do the whole thing. And then I'm going to show you a song that he wrote in 1977 that's going to blow your socks off. And then you're going to, maybe I should look a little bit closer into this. As near as I can guess, folks, and people that, now someone might say, Shane, what do you mean when you say awake? I'll give you a perfect example of being awake. I'm sitting at a family reunion or a family function, big family function. And I kind of go inside of myself. That mind inside of yourself. And I'm telling myself, what am I doing here? And it's not because it's a terrible experience and the people are terrible. It's literally a question I'm asking myself. What am I doing here? This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife, right? The Talking Heads song. You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. But that's basically what it is your mind is starting to expand. And it's starting to open up to other ideas other than human, biggest, strongest, smartest thing in universe. And you can't even see a bear 5 feet away from you in the woods. How are you going to see anything else? And the last thing I'll say about that before we go into Sammy the Sandman, the rock band's stories, is wouldn't you want to live in a magical, wonderful world like that? Why wouldn't you want to live in a world with unicorns, Bigfoot, aliens, and everything else? Because I have literally been in the best mood of my life, even with the current political circumstances and all of that shit. I've never been in a better mood. I've also cut all that out. That's the way you start. Cut out all the negative stuff. All the negative watching of this and that and everything else. You want to raise your vibration with happiness and love. Someone's going, that motherfucker is crazy, dude. He's lost his shit, man. And that's what the system has made everyone believe. You're crazy. You're a knucklehead. You're abducted. What are you talking about? We're the only thing in the universe that's smart. And I think AI is going to be a good thing. And you want me to go down the rabbit hole even farther on you? There's no books to buy, baby. There's no conferences to go to. There's no guru to look up to except Sammy Hagar. There's none of that. You want to know the secrets? Love yourself. Live your life to the happiest and fullest that you can. Be joyful. Do the things that really make you happy in life. It will raise your vibrations. It will raise your spirits. It will raise your happiness level. That's all I'm saying. That's the buy-in, baby. That's the buy-in to this whole thing, is happiness. Let's get into it with Sammy Hagar. I know there's only a few of you left, and I know you're awake. That's how I know you're awake. In 1970, Hagar returned to Fontana with his beautiful wife and his beautiful baby, pursuing a career in music full-time. While in Fontana, he claims that he was visited by a ship and two creatures inside of this ship. Remember Van Halen, 5150 and that, where you some kind of aliens. He's always been talking about this stuff. Two creatures inside of this ship while he lay in bed one night, and they were connected to me, tapped into my mind through some kind of a mysterious wireless connection. That's impossible. A mysterious wireless connection? That's like Wi-Fi. This said of the experience, he said of the experience, I was kind of waking up. They said in their communication to each other, no words spoke. Oh, he's waking up. We've got to go. Harvey, he's waking up. We've got to go. See, you think the aliens are going to... Oh, he's waking up. We got to go. You think they're going to come... Let me tell you something about the aliens, if you're still here. If they wanted to get rid of us, they could have done it a damn hell long time, I'll tell you that. What they don't like is nuclear weapons. What they don't like is digging up the earth and sucking all the juice out of it. That's what they don't like. I feel like I'm agitated here. That's not a good high vibration for me to be having, is to be agitated. I said, oh, he's waking up. Oh, Harvey, we've got to go. We've got to get out of here. They fired off a numeric code. And I think in this video he does it, but he says it. He goes, it was like, was waking up, and they said in their communication to each other, no word spoken, oh, he's waking up, we got to go. They fired off a numeric code, but it was not of our numerical system. All of a sudden, pow, the connection instantly broke. The experience affected Hagar deeply and led to him traveling to Yucaipa, California, to consult a psychic who told Hagar that he needed to go back to the San Francisco where fame was awaiting him. And boom, pardon me. My God. Montrose, he starts at Montrose. In Montrose, he put a song on the records that had a connection to the aliens, and in every other thing, and the one that I'm going to nail you with at the end of this. So let's get into it. This guy's going to say, you were abducted by aliens, bro?
Sammy Hagar, I have to ask you, there's a story that came out, I think it was actually in your book, talking about being abducted by aliens. Is that true, and can you expand on that story for us?
Is it true? Yes, it is true. You don't go around saying stuff like that. You know, people call you a nut. I've been, you know, everybody that's ever asked me about that expects me to try to backpedal.
No.
100% happened. 4 o'clock in the morning, pitch black, dead sleep. I felt like I was being programmed. I like someone was tapping into me, like it was a string from my head to 13 miles up on a mountain place called Lyle Creek. And I know right where it was, this little...
Now, right there, you're going, he's fucking nuts. He's out of his mind. Even right now, you're saying that he's not. He's 100% accurate, but...
Foothills, at the foothills, there was an object there. There was 2 people in it, 2 creatures in it. And
an egg?
It was 19, I want to say it was 64, 65. It was that, so there was no remote control. So there was no satellites.
Yeah.
There was no computers. But I sensed they were tapping into me somehow. And they went, oh, he's waking up. All mental telepathy, you know, they just, the communication went in my head. He's waking up.
There's no shifty eyes there. There's no beady eyes. When you're lying, here goes the laptop. It's going to fire up now. When you're telling fibs and lies, you do a lot of this. And there was, kind of like my eyes do all the time. And, he's dead-eyed on him. I've been telling the same fib for 60 years. Bob Lazar, he's been telling the same fib for 60 years. Go look up Bob Lazar.
They yelled out a numerical code, not of our numerical system.
How'd it go?
And it went, and I could almost feel the plug, like an electrical charge, leaving, zapped into their
I want to
ship.
get plugged in.
Put a light on in the ship where I see shadows of these creatures. And I woke up in my house, in my bed. My room was infinity white. I couldn't move. I was completely paralyzed. My eyes were open. And all of a sudden, bam! It just went black. And it was the time it was. And I broke sweat. And I was shaking. And I felt like my body was so drained.
And I'm going to tell you he's going to say right now. He's going to say, but you know what? It wasn't sinister. It was love.
From that moment on, I believed in UFOs. I started looking into astronomy. I became a junior astronomer. And I started figuring out. Till before that day, I never even looked at the sky and thought of anything except, well, there's a lot of stars out tonight. You know, I was looking at the ground. I'm looking at the ground, looking at money, you know.
Yeah.
But
I didn't either.
Very unique experience. And from that day on, I believe hard in, you know, the universe and the UFOs and creatures. The thought of us being the only ones in this giant universe, when you know a little bit about astronomy, you know how big the universe is, what a speck of nothing we are.
Yep.
That to think that we're the only ones is...
The idea that he is kind of rattling off there is this idea that a fourth dimension would simply get rid of. How can they travel 585 trillion miles? It'd take them 700 million years to get here. If you add another dimension, whoop, they're here. Pop in, pop out. We're only 3D. We live in a 3D. We are a part of the 3D nation. He's right about everything he's saying. And they called him a kookaburra. They called him crazy. You know, they when he was joining Van Halen, he says, you know, this band's going to explode. Even though people really love the Van Halen stuff, Van Hagar's going to do way better and make a lot more money. And I'm going to put a little bit of alien stuff in there.
Pretty screwy. Those people are crazy, the guys that believe in UFOs. But I think there's a whole bunch of different ones. It's not just, there's not just one. They're all over out there. There's all kinds of dimensions. And I don't think they were programming me. I think they were just interested, like, you know, we do with animals, you know. So they had advanced technology where they were sucking my brain to see what I knew. And by me catching them, enlightened me. I didn't learn anything. They didn't put something in my brain, make me special. I don't believe that at all. I just believe that by having that experience and realizing that it happened,
100%.
Like taking acid.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about, my friends. Is something in my brain went boop. There's so much more that's bigger about everything than the petty earth stuff that's going on. It's not petty. There's a lot of horrible shit going on, but all of that that's going on just the surface. The human thinks that everything is the world is, it's all about me, and it's all about ego, and it's all about this, and there's so much going on around us and everywhere that they don't know, that humans don't know exist. We're cave people wearing clothing. AI has always existed. How about this theory? AI has always existed. We're just finally tapping into it. How about this idea? We are the iRobots. We're the ones that are finally getting the technology and figuring out a way to destroy. That's what humans do. Give me, you give me, I take from you, I take. That's what they do. So, we're finally at the part. I hope that this is humming along. This laptop irritating me, but I got to get back at that high level of elevation. Here is the words that Sammy Hagar wrote in 1977 on a song called "Crack in the World." I previewed a bit of it in this last episode, 166 of Jive Talking with Shane Diablo at the very end, so you got to listen to the whole podcast for it. I found out what that's been driving me mad. There's no room to breathe between the good and the bad. A crush in between, there's a thin line, but just around the corner, there's a change in design. The aliens are here to open and upgrade us, to say, get rid of the bigotry and the hatred and the anger and all of that, and live happiness. Sammy says, I wish I could walk away and dig what the preachers say. But those words don't satisfy me no more, because he was abducted. And it says the cracks in the sky, in the crack of the world. Then right here, just 50 more years, we're all going to know why, when, where, how, and who gets to go. That's the people that are free of all the low energy hatred and anger and bigotry and meanness and sad and all that. So let's all have a good time before the Great Divide, because things will start separating come 2025. Listen to this. So look for the subtle clues, perhaps orbs in the sky. It won't make it on the front page news. That depends upon which side you choose. The Sandman. He's a guru. He's saying it was about that big. I'm telling you, it was about that big. It was the best that I could. What say you? Get down there. Did I freak you out? You scared? Don't be scared. It's all about energy. It's all about feeling good. It's all about finding yourself again. That's what I think. Swinging out, loving you and Sammy the Sandman. A lot. Well, just 50 more years we're all gonna find. Get before the Great Divide, 'cause things will start separating come 2025.